Reporters on the Run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
The globalists have controlled the mainstream media for a long time, but now they're expanding and making the weaponization even more vicious and deceptive. All the major networks are state-run.
We are partnering this year with the NFL.
The NFL has become a political weapon against the Second Amendment and pushes Obamacare. MSNBC tells us that our children belong to the state.
We have to break through our kind of private idea that kids belong to their parents or kids belong to their families and recognize that kids belong to whole communities.
It is more important than ever to realize that we are not the alternative media. We are the true media. The establishment dinosaur press is dying.
We are in an information war, and we are losing that war.
Join us at InfoWarsNews.com and PrisonPlanet.tv. Members can share their memberships with up to 11 people. By subscribing, you will literally be buying war bonds in the info war to expand our operation in the face of the tyrants. Join us at PrisonPlanet.tv.
A chemical spill contaminating the water supply in 9 West Virginia counties.
This year alone, over 300,000 people in West Virginia had their drinking water contaminated.
What are the health effects of having these drugs in our drinking water?
It's forced medical treatment without the consent of residents.
My friends, water filtration is one of the most basic actions you can take to protect you and your family from the harmful toxins and heavy metals in your tap water.
On average, the county says it sprays with the glyphosate at least once a week.
Few filters cut out the glyphosate that is found in water supplies worldwide. Remove pesticides, herbicides, chloramines, hydrofluorosilicic acid, sodium hexafluorosilicate.
Fluoride, it is in tea, it's in coffee, it's in water, it's in bread, it's in toothpaste.
It is our responsibility to protect our families. The establishment's not going to do it. It's time to take action. It's time to filter our water. Visit InfoWarsStore.com and use promo code WATER to get 10% off their entire family of incredible products. Or call toll-free 888-253-3139. In the last 50 years, iodine has been phased out of our staple foods and replaced with the halogen bromine, a practice now banned in nations around the world. Guess what else is in the halogen family? Fluoride. Ladies and gentlemen, Alex Jones here. In 1924, the federal government did the right thing and encouraged salt producers to add iodine. It's the good halogen on the periodic table, and the results are on record. Reports documented a 15-point IQ increase in areas that had previously been deficient in iodine. Bottom line, iodine is important. Unbound, clean, in a glycerin base. Nascent iodine was the answer for myself and my family. You will find Survival Shield Nascent Iodine exclusively at InfoWarsLife.com. InfoWars Life Survival Shield Nascent Iodine isn't just for emergencies. I take it every day. That's InfoWarsLife.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139.
Waging war on corruption. It's Alex Jones.
Paul Watson is probably our hardest working star writer, and they're all great. And so I really take him, off the game board to even get him on the radio with us, but I always enjoy having him on with us, and also when he co-hosts. He reports for us from London. I hired Watson when he was 19 years old. I was at 18 years old, and now he's 30. And married, and I guess there'll be first comes love, then comes marriage, then comes babies in the baby carriage. But he joins us from London to talk about some really serious issues in a moment. But I'm going to ask Watson right now, as soon as you're done with us, Watson, we're going to grab that Cliven Bundy interview we just did, edit it down for time to just, his main statements, maybe about 10 minutes, because I had him on about 20, and get it up to Infowars.com. Because if you go to drudgereport.com, you can see U.S. President bows the Japanese robot. Well, at least it's bowing to the Japanese, where that's customary. He's not bowing to every Saudi prince he finds or the Queen of England. But New York Times, Bundy and the Negro, slavery better than welfare. And Bundy has now denied that. There's no audio or video of him saying it. He says he did not say picking cotton and that it was taken out of context. He was making the point that it's a new form of slavery. So Bundy, says the New York Times, basically discredited him to create racism. So The article is a defiant rancher savors the audience that rallied to his side in an attempt to demonize the land rights movement, the liberty movement, the states' rights movement, the property rights movement. They're going to now, guaranteed tonight, MSNBC, CNN, they've already begun in the New York Times and Huffington Post, say, oh, look, the guy Alex Jones likes and Rand Paul likes and the senator from Nevada likes, other than Harry Reid. Why, they're all the Klan. I mean, that's all they got. Why, you don't like Obamacare, you're racist. Don't turn your guns on your racist. So we need to get his video out. You heard the audio, folks, your radio listeners, now. We need to go pull that off the servers. We're recording it live just minutes ago. And we need to get that to Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. Now, you don't need my big, long intro and everything. Just me saying, Clive and Bundy, thanks for joining us. And then his statements basically cutting out my babble. Maybe leave it at the end where I explain. I knew what was going to happen when I called him because I've heard this cliche literally over 1,000 times. From blacks, whites, everybody. That this is a new form of slavery. That's what it is. That's what the welfare state is, folks, is domestication, control. That's all we talk about here. It's called Agenda 21. It's pointed at everybody. Blacks were seen as the most isolated group that it was kosher to attack, so it was all beta tested on them first, as Tony Brown has said many times on this show. We want to get him back on that. What you see done in the black community will be done in your community next. So I want to get that video report out right now. Cliven Bundy responds to New York Times claims that he's racist, or Cliven Bundy responds to racism claims. Because it's important. It's a lot bigger than Cliven Bundy, and it's a lot bigger than what's happening out there. It's about them painting everything as racist. Everything. Rand Paul's a racist. Alex Jones is deeply racist. And they didn't even show a clip of me on MSNBC when they said I'm deeply racist. Well, he influenced the Boston bombers, and, well, this is the type of deeply racist thing that we deal with. At least with Bundy, they've got some old-timer statement they can try to twist, and that's what they do. Just like they got caught photoshopping Russian troops in, and the guy that took the photos, the freelance journalist, got mad and went public. We wrote an article about it. Kurt Nimmer wrote an article about it. Watson did a video about it. In fact, I want to get Watson's video just added to Kurt's article. That is very, very important. We're going to go to Paul Watson about the huge Ukraine situation in just a moment, but it's the same deception tactics. You know, they said Matt Drudge, the New York Times did. Now there's a bunch of articles. It was a flood of articles a few weeks ago. They said Matt Drudge has been caught lying. Yeah, he said that, you know, he's going to pay the $5,000 fine this year for not getting Obamacare. Well, if you own your own small business, you as the employer, and anyone that works for you, it's $5,000 per person. That's in the law. That's happening. And they just said, no, it's not. The fine starts in 2015. For everyone, it does. For small businesses, it starts this year. I know. I have accountants. I'm getting ready to pay the fine because most of my crew doesn't want me to get them insurance. They already have their own, or they'd rather have a big paycheck and make their own decision. I've come in and said, should we have company-wide insurance? But you're going to have to pay for part of it. You know, it's not free. And they're like, no, I already have this, I already have that, or I don't want it. Well, it doesn't exist, folks. There is no $5,000 fine. The New York Times said so. There are no 2 billion plus bullets. There are no armored vehicles. There are no black uniforms. The TSA is not groping you. The State Department didn't spend $5 billion to overthrow Ukraine, even though they have the State Department. The deputy head admits they spent $5 billion. We have the video of that. You understand what I'm talking about here? The New York Times caught, again, ball-faced photoshopping, just like aluminum tubes for Iraq and yellow cake from Niger. Now, before I go back to Watson and get his breakdown on this huge Russia situation, we are funded by viewers and listeners like you. Again, the radio show is simulcast at PrisonPlanet.tv and a full-on TV set, you know, document cam, guest cam, you name it. If you're a PrisonPlanet.tv member. Become a member today. 15 cents a day, $5.95 a month. Get a yearly membership and get 3 months free. We need your support. Each membership, 11 people can use your username. 11 people can simultaneously. Folks, if you gave it to 50 people, I doubt they'd all tune in at once at 7 o'clock to watch the nightly news and be blocked. sometimes folks do say, no, some people are using my passcode now, my username passcode, that I can't get on, so I bought another membership for myself. Great. For $5.95, if you can get 11 people to watch the Nightly News, you're doing something good. All my films, books, special live reports, The Daily Show, commercial-free audio, video, podcast, and you're supporting the very tip of the spear in the info war. Separately, we developed in the last 8-9 months InfoWarsLife.com, really the last year, but we launched it about 6-7 months ago. And they are incredible proprietary products. In fact, I take them on air every day. I'm going to take my Super Male, my Fluoride Shield, and my Survival Shield right now on air. Survival Shield is a proprietary form of nascent iodine that has absolutely done wonders in my life. You've heard the rave reviews, and best of all, it funds this viciously pro-liberty, no apologies, hardcore transmission. So get the Survival Shield. Just try the challenge. See what it does for you. You may feel bad the first few two weeks or so. Consult your physician because it's a major detoxer. Oh, my gosh. Got to have it. I take a little bit more than you're supposed to. The Fluoride Shield has the nascent iodine and 5 other compounds to detoxify, so I take it with the Survival Shield. And then there is the Super Male Vitality that is really an energy booster / aphrodisiac. Just, you don't believe me? Just try it out for yourself. By the way, we've had 15% off running for a few months. Folks really like it. We're just getting rid of the special, and it's always going to be the lower price now. How do you like that? And then we'll have sales sometime. It'll be even less. I just want you to try it. I want to build the market, let you see how real it is so we can fund our operation. I don't have to sit here and plug stuff so much. Help fund us, get great products, great water filters, great books, films, pro-gun T-shirts. We have women's apparel made in the USA, Molon Labe for women, the best-looking women's gun T-shirt I've ever seen, just gold foil, Molon Labe with the Greek war helmet and the crossed M4s, InfoWarsStore.com, InfoWarsLife.com. And we also have the lung cleanse that's done wonders. Just go read about it and watch the informational videos at InfoWarsLife.com. You spray 3 shots in your mouth and then inhale. Since I've been taking it, my allergies have gone down to almost 0. And Austin's the capital of allergies. So again, great products at great prices that fund an absolutely essential transmission, free will, free association. Buy these products if you believe in what we're doing and just see it as funding the operation. And then I know you'll come back because this is no brag, just fact. By the grace of God, we ran into the top experts and were able to develop these products to bring you the very best. InfoWarsLife.com or 888-253-3139. That's how we fund our entire transmission. Now, we have some extremely grave news, ladies and gentlemen, because as each new chapter or each new page of the Ukraine global crisis unfolds, it follows what we predicted it would follow. And if cooler minds don't prevail, it is going to turn into a larger regional war, bare minimum a new Cold War that'll bankrupt us further, and let the globalists create a new Marshall Plan that the usual suspects, George Soros, is calling for. When they bankrupt Europe further, they'll blame it on the Russia conflict and cutting off Russian gas, and then get a huge multi-trillion-dollar banker bailout, which they're already calling for. It's so predictable to fund their whole operation. A few months ago, 4 months ago, the Ukrainians voted across the board in real elections. They already had a corrupt government. Most governments are. Russian-backed government, but it was elected to not join the EU, to be gobbled up. All hell broke loose when they wouldn't go into the EU dictatorship, to be sucked dry, sanguinated, like a giant spider sucking a moth dry. And when they wouldn't do that, or I liken the EU to Under the Skin, a movie I saw last night, really freaked me out. And with Scarlett Johansson, because I just kept thinking, this is the New World Order. This is what they do to our souls. One of the most powerful science fiction horror movies I've ever seen. A Stanley Kubrick level genius. That's all I got to say. I will not see it twice like The Road. It's as powerful as The Road, and I cannot see it again. Haunting is what I would call it. And I just kept thinking, New World Order, New World Order. This is the spirit of the New World Order, using sexy women to sell their tyranny, using sexy culture to sell their evil, when you're literally walking into a black lake of soul-sucking, interdimensional Satanism. Whoever wrote this, in fact, I haven't looked it up who wrote it yet, definitely, like, whoever came up with Sauron and the New Lord of the Rings is dialed into some stuff. That's all I'm going to say. These people have seen, okay? Now, the point is that